Hi, Pisces. I hope that you're doing well today. You know, I was wondering how you'd show up. I'm like, are we getting Jaws or are we getting Flipper? Well, this was the card that came up for you. Isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. This is the 12 of Earth, the Seneschal. So the keywords are servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organized, trustworthy, loyal. Yes, loyal. That's you, Pisces. The key phrases are service to a higher purpose, loyalty to authority, speak for others. Is your power real or borrowed? Follow the rules or directions given. Use personal power wisely. Question everything. Blind loyalty makes one blind. So the meaning of this card is it symbolizes the service to king and country, if you will. The seneschal is a trusted servant who has access to and control over all within his lord's domain. He, while being of noble blood himself, is in service to and speaks for the one above him. His duties are many. He is respected by some and feared by others, for he holds the keys to both the treasury and the dungeon. He is both judge and mediator within the halls and lands of the kingdom. He upholds the law and metes out justice in the name of his lord or lady. The seneschal also controls his master's wealth, giving payment to those who are owed and collecting taxes from those who owe. Feels like a bit of a Robin Hood, doesn't it? Robin Hood vibe. The seneschal is powerful, but his power is borrowed and dependent upon his willingness to follow the orders of those above him without question. If his loyalty falters or falls under suspicion, he could lose everything, even his life. The seneschal of earth represents a person in service, not to the many, but to one. His role is multifaceted, and every task is performed with care. He is the master organizer and possesses both intelligence and a quick mind. He is a person who sets aside leadership aspirations in order to be the trusted representative of the one who leads. His position places great responsibility on his shoulders, but he is committed and dedicated. The seneschal symbolizes a willingness or necessity to obey the rules or directions of those in charge, and to put aside personal beliefs and opinions. This card asks that you use your personal power wisely. If you have the ear in favor of those who are in a position of power, you in turn have the power to bring happiness or harm. What do you choose to do? Is your loyalty, here's a blockage for you guys, potential blockage. Is your loyalty to another blinding you to their true nature and intentions? Is it creating tension in your relationships with others? Are you blindly following another's lead and embracing what could be seen as pack mentality? Ask yourself if you could do harm to another because the one you serve asks you to. Are you willing to sacrifice your own integrity and reputation in order to serve or follow a person who may not have your best interests at heart? It asks that you do not follow blindly. Question everything. Look to the reasons and motives behind your chosen leader's actions and ask yourself if you are serving them for the greater good or for their own good. Wow. Okay, that's deep. So for some of you, what I'm getting, and it's quite funny that this came up, because this morning I got a bit of a download, and I feel as though some of you are struggling in terms of loyalty. You are so incredibly loyal, Pisces. You know, you'll show up and you'll go till the end. You'll go until you have nothing left. And I think that we have to address the problem, which is thinking that everybody else has this quality as well. And not all Pisces are like this, but most of us are. There we go. 6 of Cups speaks to, I'm getting a family feel from this card, but also even just anyone around you for that matter. This could be a boss. This could be your family. This could be a partner. This could be your children. This could be anything you want it to be. But I feel as though it's questioning support. You're questioning support. I feel as though you're at this point right now where you feel as though you're consistently loyal to others, but you don't understand why they don't have that loyalty. There's also that feeling of, why is it that when I give my all to someone, why don't they give the same in return? I feel as though that's a bit of a blockage, because we know that people, what is it? Familiarity breeds contempt. Is that what they say? But that's exactly it. If we get into relationships, I think a lot of us struggle with being taken for granted. I know I do personally. I'll admit it. That's one of the things that bothers me the most. For me, every day is like a brand new day to tell the person or people that I care about that I love them and that I treasure them. Right? But people don't do that most of the time. And it gets frustrating because you give so much, even to the point healing. I feel that some of you even help heal others. And then when you do that, it's like they take it all and they just go away and you don't get anything back in return. So I think it's very important right now that you really take a look at your environment and who you're surrounding yourselves with. And ask yourself, what are their motives? And if you don't know, maybe it'd be good to ask them. See what they say. And if you don't feel in your heart that they're being sincere, then you know it. Some are after money. Some are after your status. Some are after what it is that you can provide for them in a stability sense. Some come to you because you'll pay the bill all the time. You'll foot the bill. You don't care. But also know that that could open you up to vulnerability. Okay? So for some of you who are paying the bill too much, I think Spirit is saying, time to maybe rein in your resources. Emotional abandonment. There we go. There's the next one that I was thinking of, which is, okay, so you've got people that come to you who really depend on your strength and your emotional support. But then the thing is that they take everything, they store it up for themselves, and they walk away. Again, do you see how beautifully balanced that this card is? I think what Spirit is trying to say to you is rein back what it is you give until you know what their motives are. Take that time, give it time to see if they're actually going to stick around for something stable and if they're going to dedicate as well to the situation. At work, some of you are picking up the tasks of everybody else. You are trying to keep everything afloat for everybody. And maybe people are coming to you and here's a blind spot. They may say to you, oh, you know, I really can't get this done right now and I really need the help. But they just know that you're a yes person. Guess what? You're being taken advantage of. Everybody is capable of doing their own job. And if they can't manage their time, that's on them. Don't roll over and take it. That's a blind spot. The world. So this speaks to, of course, everything that's going on in the world. And a lot of us feel this deep urge to fix it. We look around at everything, even at how it's being ran and how it works, and we're not happy with it. Some of us are following our leaders blindly, our government and whatnot else. However, it all depends on how much we've learned about how these systems are run. There's shadow government. You know, there's a whole lot that needs to be delved into. And as you dive into it, your mind expands and you start to see a bigger picture. But in that bigger picture, you also start to find the paradox of how free you actually are, but it's veiled behind an illusion of being stuck and under somebody else's dominance. So again, what is your loyalty and why is it? There we go. Is somebody trying to serve their ego? Do they come to you and purposely pick fights to a point where they scare you off? Or is this you? Do you go and pick fights because you're trying to get your point heard? Basically what Spirit is saying is it's not about that. What are your intentions? But mostly, what are other people's intentions? What are their motives? Why are you being so loyal to them? Would they be loyal to you? Would they pick up that sword and allow you to come into the circle, or are they going to just worry about their own needs? Because that's what that energy speaks to. I think patience, that's what I just got from Spirit. Patience. Patience to not jump in. Oh my gosh. And as I said it, this card just jumped on the floor. The Ace of Wands. You get all excited in the moment and you just jump in and you're like, yay, you know, and you give everything and you're raring to go, and then you're left resentful and you're left with nothing. You're left with no more money. You're left with no home, because some of you might even allow yourselves to even think it was your fault. For example, if you were in an abusive relationship, you might feel so bad that you're like, oh no, here, you have the place, I'll find somewhere else to go. No. Balance that out and say, look, we're going to sit down then, we're going to figure out how we're going to lease out this place, or we're going to sell it and we're going to go halfers. Stop cutting yourself short. Just stop doing that. Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself, because that came out sideways initially. And the same with this love. Don't fill up everybody else's cups and watch them walk away anymore. That's a hard lesson to learn, because we just jump right in. We just go. We're like, yeah, okay, here. And then we don't understand. You see, we pump people's egos up as well, which can be very dangerous, because it's quite funny how the more compliments you give somebody, they really do start to believe it, and you're doing it because you genuinely see that in them. They can't handle it, and the reason why they can't handle it is because they turn it into narcissism and vanity, and then they're off. They're like, well, thank you, you're right, I don't need you anymore. See how that sword is drawn? And these people are running away. It's like, well, thank you, you're right, I am so good, let me go see if I can get better. The grass is greener on the other side syndrome, right? So you gotta be careful about how much you're boosting others up, because really, a sad, harsh reality that we have to accept, and it is sad, but it's also reality, and we have to realize people aren't all like us. We're not all the same. We don't operate from the same vibrational level, and because of it, you've got to protect yourself. And again, it's that question of loyalty. Don't give your loyalty away immediately. I had to learn this lesson the hard way. From now on, it's, are you here for me too? Or are you just going to take everything that I give you, all the love, all the money, all of the support, all of the compliments, all of the hard work, and then what, I can just be replaced because I'm just another number, right? So I don't know who needs to hear this today, but Spirit really wants you to protect your valuables. And what are your valuables? Your time, your money, your effort, your love, your generosity. All right? Keep it in balance. Learn patience. Don't just jump in with this immediate, amazing, fun energy of, oh, I got the spark, let's do this, and get carried away with it. No. Slow it down. Sit here like this wise individual and meditate on it. Let your conscious awareness, as you observe, help you to discern what you need to invest in and what you don't. Also, what you need. Let yourself be nourished. Some of you need to let yourselves be supported too. Can't keep pointing the finger too at others and say, oh, you know, hey, they're not giving enough, when we don't allow ourselves to receive. And that's very hard for some Pisces. Aw, and I know that. Trust me. Dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what is in your highest good and can deliver to you what you need in the appropriate form. What was I just saying? When you're rigid in the fact that you think that everyone is like you, and it's not that it's coming from a bad place, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So you're thinking, oh, if I give and I love everybody, yay, this is good, you know? No. No, actually, you're causing more damage because you're enabling people who should learn how to stand up and do their own work. You're enabling those who should get the help that they need, professional or whatever it is that they're looking for. You're enabling them to be nurtured and loved, and then they don't have to do the work within themselves. So really, that's why they'll keep going anyways. That's why they'll leave you behind anyways, is because you're just another validation, and then they move on. Again, you know, surrender the fixed belief too that you should pay the way. No, other people also make money and they can also share in the costs of things. It's not all on you, especially now in this day and age where everybody is working. There's no excuse why you should have to foot the bill all of the time, right? I mean, do it if you want to, but just be aware of why you're doing it, right? Is it because society tells you you have to, right? The leader, follow the leader? Or are you doing it because you genuinely want to? Otherwise, you'll end up in resentment. Also, you know, if you see something that you think could be changed in the justice field or anything for that matter, if you see injustices, stand up and say something about it. It may only be one voice, but one is all it takes to change the world. That's one person on top of the world. Even if you just put a little speck of yourself out there, it has a ripple effect. Of course, it may not change the whole world. That could be very well too, of course. But even still, you shone your light, okay? So, in this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way, and there we go again, being so fixed in our thoughts that, oh, no, if we keep showing love or we keep bailing people out or then they're going to show up. No. So in this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Yes, compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much. And that's the truth, right? Be flexible. Be flexible in your thinking, and that means stop saving everybody. Stop trying to rescue everybody, because the only one that really needs the rescuing is you. Okay? I hope this message resonated for somebody that needed it today. And I guess the most important, thank you, Spirit, the most important thing to take away from this, make your loyalty to yourself first. All right, you guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I love you so much. Please remember to like the video as it helps to support the channel. Also, the shares and subscribes, you guys are amazing. It would really help out and helps me to keep doing what I'm doing. Have a great one. Bye.